was trying to make her laugh.
I know. He's making faces. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to We Talk Weddings, the podcast where we talk weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I love saying that.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, Rob's here.
Rob
Hey.
Heath.
Rob Heath is here. He's back.
It's true. I'm here. Present.
We had such a good time last time you were on.
Yeah, you might be the third host. You might just have to come.
That's
back
one
every
of our.
week.
That's one of our most listened to episodes from.
It is.
Last
that
season.
one, Swatch Studios and Pam's, I think
Yeah.
is the top 3. And our first one, which I'm sorry for anybody that has listened to that.
We recorded that on my phone
when
like,
we were drinking
Yeah.
Moscato
And it
Yeah.
sounded great, guys.
Thanks.
Hey, listen, the first step is always the hardest.
yeah.
And
The
look at you
first
guys
cut is
now.
the
You have a
deepest.
full studio. You've got 3 microphones. We got headphones. You guys
Yeah.
are legit.
This is also a milestone episode. This is the first episode recorded after Abby got engaged.
Engaged!
I did!
Woo! Abby just got engaged. Congrats to her and Sean.
Oh, no.
Do you want to talk about your wedding? Your wedding plans?
Yes.
Because people are sick of hearing about mine.
I'm not.
Yes, we are.
Thanks, Rob.
You're
fired.
So, wedding plans, I feel like it's weird because I've been thinking about, like, oh, would it be this date? Would it be this date for so long that now it's like, oh, it is this date.
Yeah.
But is it still? Like, okay,
Yeah,
is it?
That's
like,
a good date. The numbers line up very well.
Yeah, I like the look of them.
Yeah.
What was your date again?
November 10th, 2023.
Right.
It's a Friday. I'm super excited about a Friday wedding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Friday weddings are the best.
I love Friday weddings.
And I feel like my out of town people, if like I don't go on the honeymoon right after, I'm gonna be able to kind of see them the next
Yeah.
day and stuff. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun. But November 10th, 2023, I'm going to do Lady Glen. I'm gonna get married on the patio of Lady Glen and then have a Lady Glen reception. So it's not gonna be a
Love it.
lawn wedding. It'll actually be under the string lights on the patio.
Yeah, we
That's
just got
great.
string lights
Yeah.
out there. They look
The
sick.
string lights look great.
Yes.
They turned out so good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get like 6 patio heaters.
Nice.
Just line those suckers
Yeah.
up. I don't
the way
I
to do
call
it.
one of them.
You
I'm
might-
just gonna hang out by one of them all night.
Yeah.
Those things work,
I'm gonna pull a
too, like,
bistro
Oh, good.
table
You
over
can be
and
super
just
cozy.
park myself
Well,
there.
it does get windy up there, so that's the
Yeah.
only thing I'm kind of concerned about, and like grandparents. But I think I'm planning it well because it's like the ballroom is right there. If
Yeah.
somebody needs to go in during the ceremony, like by all
Right.
means.
And they definitely will.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
100%.
We're out of here.
The lights were up for the last wedding I did here, Dora's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got them twinkling in the background in one of my shots. It was great.
Yeah. I
was a
still am
great
trying to
wedding.
figure out vendors right now. I'm like, if I have a videographer, I'm not just saying this, but it will be Rob Heath. I just don't know if I'm gonna have one yet, if it fits in the budget and all that. But
We'll figure it out.
yes, we will figure it out. And
I'll
then
do it.
Basically, I'm going to be there, guys.
Yeah.
he's either gonna be a guest or he'll be a videographer.
Or he's
Oh.
crashing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, or he'll just be there, off in the distance,
Hey.
standing
During the ceremony, he'll be like looking through the patio doors.
behind a tree.
It would be
the
behind a
tree.
tree, just
Yeah.
where only you can see me.
Your photographer gets a shot during the wedding and he's just
Who's
behind.
this
Yeah, it's the
creeper
guy
over
rubbing
here?
his hands and like licking his lips.
Yes, I'm in one of the windows.
Yeah, I did.
For
just
those that
book-
don't know me, I'm not that creepy, actually.
No.
yeah, he's really not.
Just a little.
About as
Not
creepy
The
as
fact,
I am.
the fact that I picked the red wedding for mine might indicate otherwise.
But I feel like you didn't. I said, because you were like, I want to be on the podcast. What can we talk about? And well, I think I was like, oh, what do you want to talk about? And you were like, Justin Nick's wedding from New Girl, and I was like, oh, okay. And then you said, or the red wedding, and I said, yes. Yes.
Which is funny because I had it on the list originally and then I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we took it off the list and then we added it back on for you.
It was the wise thing to do.
But I
Yeah.
think it's just gonna be kind of a nice break also from like the regular format of stuff. But
And people love Game of Thrones. You either
Do
love
they?
it
people,
or you
people
hate it.
loved
People
Game of
who
Thrones.
love
I'm-
Game of Thrones
yeah,
loved it up until
the finale, I heard.
the last 3
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
I
so-
actually defended it until the last 3 episodes, and I was like, I'm out, guys. I can't do it.
I really liked it up until the last 3 episodes. Even I'd say the last episode, I was like, I'm just gonna give it another chance, and then I was like,
You know, I feel like for internet etiquette, we should also say spoiler alert for the things that we're going to be
okay.
talking
okay,
about.
yeah, I do have a note. If you are planning on watching Game of Thrones,
Still listen to
Or,
this, but
like-
sorry.
we're gonna put a thing at the beginning. If you're planning on watching Game of Thrones, or if you are watching it and you have not made it to season 3, episode 9, entitled "The Reigns of Castamere," don't listen to this episode.
Yeah.
There are going to be plenty of other episodes probably that you can listen to, so listen to one of those first.
Yeah.
Skip this episode and come back to
Oh,
it.
also, if you were planning on watching New Girl, you now know that Justin
Oh,
Nick and
yeah.
Mary.
Oh,
So,
no.
well, we tried.
Okay, well, our
So we'll try
listeners
this
have
again
already
next week,
seen
guys.
New Girl, okay?
Yeah, they definitely should.
Yeah. Okay.
Legit, New Girl is one of the funniest shows ever made.
Yeah, it's
First
great.
2 or 3 seasons are awful, and then it becomes the greatest show
It
ever.
I have like
Yeah.
a few comfort shows that I keep going back to, and it's that one and Gilmore Girls that I will like
Yes.
I
always.
still
go back
haven't watched Gilmore
I
Girls.
have
So
I'm
so
in the
many
middle of
comfort
a
shows.
I'm in the middle of like my 6th Gilmore Girls
Yeah.
rewatch. It's like every fall winter
Oh,
is
yeah.
Gilmore Girls.
I was
season.
just going to start that yesterday.
Taylor Swift and Gilmore Girls season.
Mine is Gilmore Girls, New Girl, Parks and Rec, That 70s Show, and How I Met Your Mother. Those are
Yeah.
like the things and The Office sometimes, but like I've seen those shows way too many times because when I paint and like when I do things and when I was in
just put
college,
something
I
on
just
in the
like put it in the back.
background.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
Gosh,
ugh.
I can't do that. If there's anything on, I'm just like, like I can't do
I
anything.
wish I was like that. Sean gets so mad at me because
Oh, my wife is your
Yeah.
way as well. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
she had a different
Sorry.
show on last night while I was watching this. She's
What?
like, I'm not even interested in this. Yeah, she was watching some nature documentary.
I almost fast forwarded. Okay, so for other people
Yes,
that
this.
don't know yet, I have never seen Game of Thrones. I've seen like a partial episode 4 years ago, and it just like I'm not into medieval or Renaissance. You
She
know,
thinks it's in the 1800s.
I think
Yeah,
it's
well,
in the 1800s, so that's
It's too recent for her.
Yeah, but I'm just not into people being dirty. I guess I just like when
Okay.
you're
Oh, like everyone needs a
yeah,
bath?
like everyone needs a bath.
So how did you
Sorry,
do it this
what
one?
Drinking
episode
like
did
brown
you
water,
watch?
but in general, you just know. You know that they
Okay.
stink.
I mean,
and,
there's
like,
there's some episodes in the show where people get clean and it is dirty. That's all I got to say about that.
okay, and then just like eating things with your hands and like being all gross about it. I can't. So,
I get it.
And then the rape scenes, of course. Like I don't
Mhm.
want to watch those. So I'm just not a Game of Thrones person. But I was excited to watch this episode out of context. So can I recap the episode?
Katie and I were really excited to hear your response.
I think
still
we should
have
all
it.
go
Wait,
around
wait.
and.
Katie's response, Abby's response, who hasn't watched it, goes, all right, well, that was sad.
Yeah. I knew it was going to be sad. Okay. For some reason, I knew about the Red Wedding in general. I knew it was, and I was looking for an episode called The Red Wedding, by the way. Nobody told me.
So did I.
Yeah.
So was I,
Oh
actually.
my gosh. But I was like, I texted them and I was like, is this the real episode? Because I'm not watching more than the things I have to.
I actually typed out on my phone, no, and then I backspaced it. I was like, maybe I should look
Yeah.
this up.
Yeah.
It was season 3.
Yeah.
I thought it was season 2, but season 2,
I-
season 9 was the Battle of the Blackwater,
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
which was
Okay.
a great episode.
That is a great episode.
So I'm going to recap it. Okay. So from my memory, because there's just
Yes.
way too many names of people, places, things.
I want to hear all the names that you remember,
This is-
please.
Okay, John Smith.
Nope.
Nope.
Off to a great start. What else you got? Pocahontas?
What's his name?
Rob Stark.
No, Jon Snow.
Jon
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Jon Snow. Daenerys, because I know her.
Yep,
Amelia
got it.
Clark's great. I was really upset Peter Dinklage wasn't in this episode.
Not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only episode that does not include anyone from the Lannister house. Not a single
I have
person.
no idea. What
Wow.
Oh,
That's
the
right.
twins.
It's in my trivia.
The
Huh.
Twins is a place.
Yep.
And Mr. Filch is also a character in the
It's
movie.
a bad dude.
Bad dude.
Yes, he plays a really bad
I
dude.
have a note that just says Walder Frey equals bad dude.
And Mr. Filch.
Also ugly.
Yeah. So. And
You're not
then-
going to watch the rest of the show, right?
No.
Arya gets him later on.
Yeah, she gets
Arya
him
becomes
good.
a super assassin later on in the show.
Is Arya.
Little girl who was
Oh,
traveling
cool.
with the Hound.
Cool.
Oh, but we never heard his name. So you didn't know his name.
The Hound.
The big guy with the messed up face.
Ye-
And the armor.
Okay.
All right. Continue.
one
what
traveling with
what other
Arya.
names do you remember? Well, she doesn't know who Arya is.
I remember the twins. That was a
Oh,
place.
it's not a person.
She's like, which one is Game and which one is Thrones?
Yeah. Mhm.
Those are the only names I remember, to be
There's-
honest.
I don't actually remember many other names mentioned.
Yeah.
I have a synopsis, or I have a what the episode's about.
Well, wait. Can you do it?
Well, I think so Jon Snow goes to. He was supposed to marry.
No.
Nope.
What? He was supposed to marry somebody
No.
from Mr.
That's
Filcher's
Robb
family.
Stark.
Oh, I totally thought those were the same people.
You're done.
Oh,
I'm
that's a little
sorry.
racist, Abby. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you
all white people look the
They
same.
do, first of all. Okay.
We all look the same.
Okay, so the Stark guy goes to the guy, and he's the king, and he's like, "Oh, I was supposed to marry your daughter, but I fell in love with somebody else, and so you can have this guy marry one of your daughters."
Uncle Edmure.
Okay.
Edmure.
And
Played
then-
by Tobias Menzies,
And you
who
could just
also
tell-
is Prince Philip in The Crown.
Oh, really?
Love him.
And then you can tell that guy did not like that, and he was being really awful and inappropriate, and then literally have no idea. But okay, I won't ruin the rest of, I won't ruin it for other people.
I feel like we
for
ruined
the
it pretty
actual
well so far, but-
synopsis,
That was a
You
really
were-
good try,
you know,
Abby. That was pretty good.
you hit all the main points, sort of.
Yeah.
You hit one of the main
You
points.
hit
2 minutes of
Maybe
the
two.
one
episode,
of the
I had.
3 of the main points. Okay, so Robb Stark. played
Actually,
by-
3 of 3 because you also knew that it wasn't called The Red Wedding. It was called something else.
True.
So
Yes.
solid work.
Yes. Robb Stark, played by Richard Madden. So hot. So hot.
He's pretty hot.
He's so hot.
I think Peter Dinklage is better looking, but it's fine.
What?
He's so
We have his
cute.
picture up right here. Look at
So
how
hot.
symmetrical
Okay.
his face is. Look at his nice
Peter
hair.
Dinklage.
Where
is he?
need
I
to-
Look at
almost looked
John
at him.
Bradley. What a
I
stud.
love him.
Oh wait, he's not in this episode. That's why it's not coming up.
So
Oh, that's right.
if you've never
He's
watched
so manly.
Listen.
Sorry.
If you've never watched Bodyguard on Netflix, it's just
Ugh.
it's not The Bodyguard with Bruce Willis.
Never mind.
Right.
It's called Bodyguard, and it's Richard Madden plays this. He's a bodyguard for this. First of all, you're gonna need to turn the subtitles on because it's extremely British and Scottish.
Oh, no, you don't. How much British TV do you watch?
I had to turn the subtitles on for Game of Thrones.
Oh, my gosh.
So he plays a bodyguard for some very important political person in UK government.
Yeah.
And they fall in love. And it's just him being hot the whole time and being a bodyguard. And like he gets set up for this crime that happens and
He's also insane in the show, and it's a very dark show.
it's very dark. Also, he's in the Eternals too, if you're into
Right.
Marvel. Also, he's in Rocket Man. He plays the music producer that
Who
Elton
is this,
John-
Robb Stark?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He plays the music producer that Elton John falls
okay.
in love with. But he turned out to be an
Continue.
asshole.
He was also on a show called The Yukon. That's all I have to say
I'm
about
about to
that.
mute your mic.
All right, sorry.
Just kidding.
Robb Stark presents himself to Walder Frey and Edmure. Meets his bride. John faces his harshest test. I feel like I should be reading this in a British accent.
Do it.
Let's hear you try.
Robb Stark.
She just said it normally. Robb Stark.
Walder Frey and Uncle Edmure. John faces his harshest test yet. Bran, freaking Bran, discovers a new gift. Dario and Jorah debate how to take Yunkai. You can't say Yunkai
Yunkai.
in an American accent. House Frey joins House Tully.
By the way, Jorah is the best character on the whole show.
Oh yeah, I love him. It took me a minute to remember who he was because there's too many characters.
There's a lot of characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically,
So
Abby and her notes.
My notes printed out.
She could have
in like
written
a
them on
0.5
her hand.
font. It's literally, I could have put it on my thumb.
Yeah. So yes, basically Robb has to go before Walder Frey and beg forgiveness because he was supposed to marry one of his 90 ugly daughters. But instead Robb
I
fell
did
in love.
not think that they were ugly.
Oh.
I'm being serious. There was like 2 of them
That's
that were
nice,
like
Abby.
clearly like they had like a fat suit on or something, or like they were like made to look like they had zits. But then like some of them were just cute. But it was weird that there was like 12-year-olds or whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because he fathered them, even the granddaughter. He fathered his granddaughters.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many of them.
And that's
Yeah.
why they're all so gross, because they're inbred. I think one of his sons has like a limp, and the other one I think has like fused fingers or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh
So that's why there's so many.
Yeah.
But instead
He's real yucky, that Walder Frey.
he's real yucky, and we'll get to that. Robb falls in love and marries Talisa, played by, I have her name,
You do?
Una Chaplin. I thought she was pretty, so I looked her up.
She is pretty.
She's gorgeous. Okay, yeah.
So
go ahead.
So like when it started and everything, I just kind of like was writing down things I was like noticing and stuff, and I said had to put on subtitles. Did not understand what they were saying because there's way too many like places and people, and like the subtitles just was like, okay, that's not a word I should know. It's like an actual place. And then the recap, I was like, great recap. I'll kind of nope, did nothing.
Why
for
do
me.
you think you'd be able to get anything from the
I don't
recap
know.
as someone who's never watched?
Because it's only season 3. I don't know. And then
so much happened.
That means
in
that's
those
only
totally
30
went in
hours of TV.
And then I was like, that is a really cool opening credit scene.
Yeah.
And then my next thought was that is a very long opening credit scene. It just never ended.
I had both those same thoughts because I haven't watched it since the last episode came out, which was like 2019. I want to say.
So you were one of those people that watched it weekly, like you had to wait for the next episode. I would have never been able to do that. And if I couldn't have been able to binge it, I wouldn't have been able to keep up.
I actually think that's one of the things that made this show such a hallmark culturally was it was that weekly, like new episode every week. People would talk about it. Yeah. Like theorizing all the time.
It's like The Bachelor.
All right, I feel like we've gotten like the general synopsis of the episode, but like, what's the big thing that happens in the episode, Abby?
Okay, so then they have the wedding with I literally can only call him Mr. Filch because I don't know
Walter Frey.
Walter Frey.
So they have, he's literally the world's worst father of the bride, but it's fine. And he, his daughter, bride, whatever, gets married to the friend or brother,
Uncle.
Cousin.
Man, you're dancing all around it.
Uncle.
Of Jon Snow?
Oh my God.
It's his cousin.
It's
Jon Snow's cousin.
Rob Stark.
Well, I mean,
Rob Stark's cousin.
You're not wrong, but you are wrong.
Okay. And then that was actually kind of cute because you could tell they actually liked each other. So I was like, okay, at least something happy is happening. And then I couldn't believe how well everything fits into what we had talked about last time you were here because he unveiled her.
Yes. That's my notes.
Yeah, because he unveiled her to the groom so that, there was no room for decision making.
Yeah.
And then, which is what we talked about last time Rob was here. And then they go to the reception and everyone's like happy as much as they can be because it's the medieval times.
And everyone's dirty and needs a bath.
And
drinking
then,
brown water.
They start talking about how, don't know his name, but the groom and the bride should go consummate their marriage. And I guess people want to watch.
The wedding needs a bedding.
They don't watch. They just carry them and like get them ready for it, and then they leave and they listen outside the door.
Oh, okay. Because that was weird to me when everyone that's what I thought was gonna happen, and then nobody came back, and I'm like, are they watching them?
Yeah,
Someone says every bride suffers the same. I think Lord Bolton says that.
Bolton said it. Yeah.
And then you can tell
Bolton.
because like the music starts changing, and the aunt of Rob Stark.
Nope, that's his mom.
His mama.
She
literally yells, "This is my son!"
Oh, I do remember that now.
I birthed him.
Yeah.
But
so she
on.
notices the music's changed, which I thought was a really cool thing, where like the violin just starts playing like a sad song, and then she notices the guy next to her was wearing body armor, and then everyone just starts fighting and stabbing because that guy Rob betrayed everybody, and that's why that's happening. And then Rob's girlfriend, soon-to-be wife, whatever, is pregnant, married wife. She's married, and then they stab her stomach because they know she's pregnant, which is just very sad.
Yeah.
And then they cut to a wolf getting killed, and that was also really sad. And then Rob dies, and then his mom dies and kills
one of the daughters.
The daughter,
granddaughter,
Walter Frey's wife
too.
Yeah. But also true, Katie.
Probably his daughter.
Yeah, daughter, wife, granddaughter.
Yeah.
All the same. Yes, that is a sad song that is playing. It is entitled The Reigns of Castamere, which is why that's the episode title. It is the unofficial anthem of House Lannister. So that is to show that this was a betrayal that was done by House Lannister. And it plays in other episodes right before something bad happens, too.
Yeah.
So that was that was like an ode to...
Yeah. And the song is about like the Lannisters having beef with another house, and they just utterly destroy the other house and kill everybody. And that's what the song is about. So there was also a trend on, Katie and I were talking about this when I think you left for a minute or two. There were a lot of like people when this came out who knew about the Red Wedding because they'd read the books. My wife was one of these people. And so they knew it was coming up, and so they filmed their friends reacting to it. I have the video somewhere. I think it was on an old phone, but my wife filmed my friends and I reacting to it.
That's funny.
But there was also a trend of, at weddings for a couple years afterwards, people would just like drop in the Reigns of Castamere for people to just be like, what is that? What is happening? Like,
that's awful.
It freaked a few people out.
So
hilarious.
Did you cry when you first saw it?
I was shocked.
Yeah.
It was the first really big one other than Ned. So the setup also that you might not know is that Robb Stark's dad was killed by the Lannisters unjustly, and that's why Robb is doing this whole war to get vengeance on them that killed his dad. So I don't know where
he's the heir to the throne.
That was the big shock of the beginning of the show because it happened in episode 9 of season 1. So
cool.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of how this fits into weddings nowadays, and I was just thinking about how terrible that dad was. It's like maybe somebody can relate. Like, yeah, I also
like don't kill everybody. don't kill the other
wedding.
family at the wedding. Like, that's good advice.
Yeah, there really is. There was candles.
There were candles.
There was live music.
Yeah.
There was wine.
So I thought of one way to connect this to weddings, other than the fact that it's called the Red Wedding. So there's the part where the bedding ceremony that we just talked about a minute ago.
Yeah.
And Robb Stark's wife isn't from the North, so she doesn't know about this tradition. So when it happens, which is all the men like grab the bride and like carry her off, and then all the women grab the groom and carry him off to get them ready to, do what they do. And Robb Stark's wife is like horrified at what's going on, and then Robb Stark's like, "It's tradition. This is just what you do." And she's like, "Ugh." And then we find out a few minutes later that Ned forbade that happening at his wedding with Kat. So
the mom, Robb Stark's mom.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing out even more names, and you're even more confused. So Jon Snow's mom,
it's
Jon
also
Smith's
extra confusing when like some names are from the 1800s, and then some names are like nowadays. Because so now it's like I don't know if you're talking about the actor or the character, like Robb and Ned. That. Really.
And also, some names are Bran.
Yeah.
Bran.
Oh gosh.
Is that cereal? Is it?
It's short for Brandon, which is even still not like a middle-aged name.
He's about as boring as cereal. So
yeah, he kind of sucks. So what I was gonna say is that was a tradition that clearly someone involved in the wedding didn't want. So there's lots of other traditions that we do at weddings still today. I'm not going to name any of them because I don't want to offend anybody who's like excited about doing those traditions. But there's a number of them where families are like, "Ooh, you got to do this," and the couples are like, "Can we not?" But I think they feel pressured into doing those things to make their families happy.
Yes.
If you don't want to do something, don't do it.
Yeah, we see a lot of like legit family traditions. Like somebody, it was probably like 4 years ago. They brought a cannon. And they, just like Game of Thrones, and they set it up.
Game of Thrones. Didn't have cannons in the Middle Ages. Continue.
All right. Well, they set it up on the patio of Lady Glen, and they were like, "Hey, can we set off this cannon at midnight? It's always a tradition. Blah blah blah. It's like our send off."
Wow.
And it was gonna be a blank cannon, but luckily, it was after all of the other weddings were like to be ended and everything. So I was like, well, yeah, as long as there aren't other parties that are like, what just happened?
Right.
But yeah, so they did it. And the funny part of that was that they always name their cannons. So they're like, my parents' cannon's name is blah, blah, blah. Our cannon's name is Thor. Oh, cute.
That's adorable.
I had someone do firecrackers on the Lady Glen patio. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I have someone in February doing like wood chopping. It's like I think she said it's like a Polish tradition or something like that. Yeah, and it's like wood chopping, like with an axe.
Wasn't the coin dance the Polish or Dora?
Dora's dance was.
Yeah.
Hungarian. She was Hungarian. But theirs was the guests throw loose change onto the ground.
Yeah.
And to prove that she's a good wife and can do wifely things, she had to sweep them up.
There's
so
pictures
funny.
of it. Galati took pictures of it.
Yeah.
I was like, is that the room?
I've got a ton of video of it because it was hilarious.
So I found out about that because, so neither Kate or I were her coordinator, so I'm sure Madison knew all about it.
Yeah.
But in the hostess notes, because we always have them write like party notes of how the day went and if there's any issues and blah, blah, blah. Well, she wrote a glass fell on the dance floor and broke.
That did happen.
And Dora started sweeping it up, and I was like, no, I'll get it. So I swept it up for her. And I asked her, I was like, why did the bride have a broom? Where did she get one of our brooms? And she's like, no, she had one. I'm like, why did she have a broom?
It's BYOB here.
They had set the broom to the side of the room, and when the glass went down, she's like, I know what to do. And she ran over and got it, came over and started
I guess she is a good wife.
She's extremely resourceful.
Well, and somebody else, it was weeks ago, I was in the Lost and Found area, like looking for somebody for something. And I saw this like bedazzled broom.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
But I think it was probably that. We just didn't really know.
Yeah,
it might have been.
We really couldn't figure that out for a while.
Yeah. I like that though. I like when it's like your culture or your family or whatever. I think that's where me and Sean are probably going to disagree the most is with like, because I see it and like, some things I'm just like, no, I don't need to do that. But he's like, what? Like, I've always thought about doing that. Like toast. I could be totally fine without toast. I don't need toast. I don't need a first dance. I don't need, like, I'm literally that person. And he's like, what?
You got to have a first dance. Yeah. Come on. But these are all good traditions, like, that are cute and have, like, cultural meaning and all this other stuff. There are plenty. So there's one that I don't think is very controversial, which is the garter removal. Yeah. If you don't want to do that, I'm going to be real with you. Your photographer doesn't want you to do that. Probably your videographer doesn't want you to do that. It's weird. It's uncomfortable.
Especially when you go up and bite the garter.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are really looking forward to doing this, though, you should do it. Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like your day isn't going to be lesser for not doing it. Right. And even if you make your relatives unhappy about it, they'll get over it. Yeah. It's your wedding. Right. Don't do anything you don't want to do.
Exactly. Yeah. I was even thinking like cake cutting. I'm like, I don't need everyone to stand around and watch me cut a cake. Like, I'll just cut.
I'm not doing a cake cutting. Yeah.
But I do understand why people want to have it because they've always like thought of it and all that stuff. But it's just like.
I'm left-handed. It's just weird.
I just see like punching the cake. I don't know how to do this.
It'd just be weird. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't care that much.
Did you guys leave any traditions out for your wedding?
I got pressured into doing the garter removal, but I hammed it up. Like I had my DJ play "Eye of the Tiger," and I had a sweatband that I put over my head, and I had all my groomsmen be like my cornermen who were like amping me up to go do it, and like. We had fun with it.
At least you did. Did you do the lap dance?
No.
Okay. Good.
Of course I didn't. Guys, I had so much hair at my wedding.
What?
Like, yeah, it was over my eyes.
No
it was
way.
Almost my shoulders.
Wait, do you have pictures
of my wedding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I? Can I see?
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
we had the forethought. Oh no! Don't do that. Regardless. If there's traditions you don't want to do, don't do them.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's also the element of the more stuff you add into your day, the more things could go wrong.
Right.
Yep.
So, like...
I see that with timelines, too. When people make timelines for the photographer, they have it down to every 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, that.
I had one bride that had it down to every 2 minutes, and I called her. I was like, we're not doing this. Oh, come on.
702 friends? Rob.
Is that a lot or a little?
That's a lot. I think it's a lot. I don't know.
I've had this since Facebook became a thing. So I've
never seen your wife.
She's pretty.
Aww.
That's my dog too.
Oh my gosh! Look at the little one.
She's so cute. Oh,
that's 3 of the 4, but neither of us use Facebook anymore. So.
So wait. Do I scroll to photos?
I don't know. That's my buddy's wedding.
Well, I don't care about your buddy.
That's all in
Wait.
college.
Oh, no.
That's not me.
Oh, okay.
That is, though.
This is so fun.
Oh, my gosh. He was blonde. hey, this one's not bad. Rob,
yeah,
why did you sign your comment?
Listen,
Rob the second.
This was when Facebook was brand new. I didn't know the etiquette.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
I love. Okay, this is like pure. Does she have teeth? Okay,
she does have teeth. In fact.
Okay, this is a pure like. I'm gonna guess like 2007 maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
Where like cameras were just like pure flash, and you get all the acne in the photo.
Yes.
Like, the yellow teeth. It's perfect.
Look at my poor friend.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Is this when you were a film major?
Nope, this is before that.
Oh, okay.
These are like the very first photos that were ever posted
like
on
Kodak
Facebook.
camera.
Like old stuff.
Do you not have your wedding?
You have an album called Boys Night Out.
Yeah, I do.
You were really blonde.
Yeah. And I used to have a lot of hair, too.
Oh, he was in the mustache trend.
Wait, right there is your wedding.
That was a wedding that I was filming. Yep, there's my wedding.
Oh, he kind of looks a little Amish.
Yep. Nope, I'm with you there.
Little Amish.
I'm with you there.
It is giving Amish, yes.
If I would have shaved off my mustache.
Photo.
Wow.
That was one of the first.
Was that when you were a film major?
That was for Halloween.
Nail polish.
That was for Halloween.
Okay.
Was that when you were a film
major?
My
wife was like, you have to dress up. And I'm like, I'm not dressing up. She's like, wear a hoodie. I'll paint your nails. I was like, ugh, fine.
I have so many photos like this with my friends.
Yeah, come on. My back is sweating. This is the worst.
My back is sweating.
No.
For the rest of the audience, they just pulled up my Facebook and went to the oldest photos. Would your friends betray you like that on a podcast?
So my friends
Rob,
and I
just left you a very nice review.
You did, thank you.
I did too.
Katie left. Katie left a beautiful review. You left a very good review.
Well,
You left him a review?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was like 2 sentences.
It was one sentence actually.
No, I left my review and I was like, this is perfect. And then I looked at the review above me. It was Ann Neely.
Oh, poor Ann. She's such a sweetheart.
I was like,
I worked with her at the Mud Hens.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Her wedding was wonderful.
Yeah.
She's the best.
They're the best people.
She had great vendors.
She
had
did.
you and Lindsay and
Lindsay
April
was her,
and she had great vendors.
No, I wanted to leave a review, but I was like, I have no idea what to say. I think it was like the end of the day, and I'm like, I was kind of in a hurry, and I was like, I'm like, he'll appreciate
Abby's
anything.
review was like, he's a swell guy. Thanks, Abby.
I'm not touchy-feely. What was I going to say about the Facebook stuff? Literally, there's so many photos, luckily, that are not on Facebook, because I don't even think I'd be able to get a job after those. Like my
from your homeschool days.
My friends. Oh yes, my friends. Okay, there's one friend where we decided it'd be funny to put like duct tape over our mouths and like draw on it with Sharpie. This is like 6th grade.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, funny. We added to it. We plastered our face with duct tape and Sharpied all over it. And we then took photos. We dressed up like the Joker with like makeup and took photos. These are the worst photos of me I've ever seen in my entire life, and they will never see the
Aren't you lucky? Because we just looked at some of mine, and now you guys have seen them
Those were
forever.
not as, but that's what I'm saying. Those were a 10th like as bad as these photos.
That was actually like when I went to college, I was still coming out of my homeschool weirdness. So like the first year and a half.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was very strange.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of my friends who are still my friends who knew me back then, because man, that was rough.
That's how I felt going to the public high school after being at a Catholic school for 9 years. Like, I just felt weird.
Really?
Yeah. I hated it. I hated that feeling. Everyone stares at you like you're a zoo animal.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I need to be in therapy. Anyways.
Instead, you're watching Game of Thrones.
So Game of Thrones. I do have trivia, as I always do.
Oh, trivia.
Okay, so this is actually the first episode in which the end credits play in total silence. And I didn't realize that.
Oh.
It's very interesting.
My trivia, based on that one, is 2 episodes
What's your
prior.
trivia, Rob?
No, I'm gonna do it. 2 episodes prior, when Jaime Lannister had the hand removal.
Oh, yeah. One-handed guy.
Yeah. The one-handed guy, right.
Yes, I do remember him.
The song that played in the credits there was by the Hold Steady, which is one of my favorite bands.
Oh.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
This episode was nominated for 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, Outstanding Writing for a Drama Series, and Outstanding Single Camera Picture Editing for a Drama Series. What does that mean? I was guessing. You're a videographer.
Read it again.
Outstanding Single Camera Picture Editing for a Drama Series.
Oh,
so it's not a multicam.
It was probably for...
It's a single cam.
Let's ask the videographer, Abby, if you can.
Okay, everyone listen to me.
There was like one shot that was a single camera shot. There was a tracking shot while everyone... I just said shot like 14 times. Shots. Everybody. There was like a single camera shot, like a tracking of everybody getting stabbed during the Red Wedding.
Yeah. Yes.
Which took a ton of choreography. It took a lot of work to pull that
whole
off,
scene.
You know, okay, sorry. Best single cam stuff ever, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. If you realize how long the one shot is.
The movie 1917 is the best single camera, one shot, one take.
That's a movie.
You didn't specify.
I'm still listening.
No, I'm not saying... But I'm just saying, like, when you watch that show and then you realize how many shots are one takes, it's like,
also Goodfellas.
Yeah, I don't know. But
this is fun. The drummer from Coldplay is is one of the musicians during the wedding feast.
Oh.
Will Champion. Is that how you say his name?
I don't know. Probably.
This is dumb.
Ed Sheeran played an extra in later seasons. It was really bad.
They cut to him, and I was like, excuse my French, but I said, is that fucking Ed Sheeran? I was like, wait a minute.
They actually one-upped it because I remember how the shot started. He wasn't in the shot, and he was singing. And I was like, is that Ed Sheeran? And they pan over, and sure enough, there's Ed Sheeran.
I forgot he starts singing.
Wow.
Also, Eddie Munson from Stranger Things was in Game of Thrones.
Did it say where?
He was in the last season. He's one of the guards of the before the battle. He's like,
okay.
My head hurts.
Solid.
I'm gonna look it up.
Jonesy,
that one battle. In the guards.
While I look it up, read a fun fact. I don't know. Read the George R.R. Martin one. I think that's
George R.R. Martin's. I was gonna bring this one. Perfect. George R.R. Martin's inspiration for the Red Wedding came from 2 events from Scottish history, medieval times.
Yes.
From a 2013 interview with Entertainment Weekly. One was a case called the Black Dinner. The King of Scotland was fighting the Black Douglas. I almost said the Black Dragon. That's not right. The King of Scotland was fighting the Black Douglas clan. I almost screwed up again. He reached out to make peace, and he offered the young Earl of Douglas safe passage. He came to Edinburgh Castle and had a great feast. You gotta say it fast. If you don't, Edinburgh. If you say it slow, you sound like you have a problem.
The Queen's gonna come down from heaven, hell, wherever she is.
Oh my
She's gonna
God.
strike us down.
We're getting there. At the end of the feast, the king's men started pounding on a single drum. They brought out a covered plate and put it in front of the earl and revealed it was the head of a black boar, the symbol of death. And then they killed him.
Yeah.
And I bet he was really dirty, too.
I mean, everybody was.
He plays this guy.
I don't know that guy.
All right.
I thought maybe
great
you'd be like,
content for a podcast, guys. Going
let's look at more pictures, guys. It's perfect for a podcast.
I had a thought. You were...
Woo! We are on a roll.
No, your tattoo. I've never noticed you have a tattoo. Those words are on the front doors.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, they are.
They're in the arched part.
Oh, they are. Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen it there before.
Yeah.
Is Latin.
It
says Soli Deo Gloria, except I got it in Celtic text because I thought it looked cool. But it's Latin for "To God alone be the glory."
Cute. So now we know what that means. Like that.
Yep. Now
I feel like every time I ask, someone's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it would be pretty easy to figure out. But
sure.
Well, I just called you out. Dang.
No one else knew, so no one else has looked it up.
Would you get other tattoos? Do you have other tattoos?
No.
Do you want to get a tattoo?
I wouldn't get another one. If I could go back, I'd stop myself from getting this one, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
From what I understand, tattoo ink is unregulated. So there can be some really nasty chemicals in it that can give you like skin cancer and other things.
Yeah.
So.
What can't you get skin cancer from?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that me getting this at a wedding is probably a bad idea.
Did you really get it at a wedding? It does.
This is the second time I've had to tell this story on this podcast. Yes, very good friends of my fiance and I got married in Denver this past summer, and their unity ceremony was they gave each other tattooed each other's initials on each other during the ceremony, and so henceforth, the tattoo gun was left out all night.
Oh no!
And Katie had Chardonnay.
Oh no!
It was Pinot Grigio, but same thing.
She wouldn't have done the tattoo if it was Chardonnay.
Luckily, though, I was the second person, well, I guess the third to do it after the bride and groom, so I didn't per se share needles with a lot of people.
Just the bride and groom.
Just the bride and groom, but they're cool, so I don't think I have anything to worry about.
That is the rule: is don't share needles unless they're cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. If they're cool, you're fine.
So,
wait, but how long did that take in the ceremony? Because this took
2
like
seconds.
3 hours.
It was just
lines.
really tiny, like it was like it was an M and a Z, like it was easy.
So like, did you wake up and you're like, oh, why is my wrist hurt?
No, I wasn't like that.
Okay.
Faded.
She intentionally did it.
Yeah.
What did you do? I've never even seen it before.
It's my lucky number.
22 is your lucky number?
Yeah. It's not like great, but I mean, I did because
when I got it yourself and did it.
No, a friend of mine
drinking?
did it, and then but she was like also drinking.
It's pretty solid for that.
She did it, and then it started to fade like when we got home. Mm-hmm. So I had to buy a stick and poke kit on Amazon. Just sitting at the desk,
and that's her prison tat.
Sitting in my apartment. Gordon walks in after like playing hours of Fortnite, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Daisy has a tattoo on her butt cheek.
Daisy's my dog.
Yeah.
Daisy is like a prison tat. Yeah. She's got a little teardrop.
Yeah.
Because she's killed someone before.
Well, we think she killed a bird once, so it does track.
So what other shows are you watching? Are you going to go back and watch Game of Thrones now?
Yeah, do you think you'll be a regular now? You should just pop in on random episodes. Oh.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Just grab an episode at random and see what happens.
But it's also like, even if I were to do that, like, I know that the finale just ruins the whole show. So it's like, I don't know.
I've actually had this conversation with people. It was like, would you recommend other people watch it? And there's a lot of really rough stuff in the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for the ending to not stick it, I don't think I would recommend other people watch it all the way through. Yeah. I heard the new series is good though.
Yeah, I have heard that too. I want to wait till it's like all out. That way I can just binge it. Yeah.
Joe Rogan says it's good.
Yeah, well, Joe Rogan smokes a lot of drugs.
I used to love his podcast. Now I can't listen to it.
I listen to it when he's talking to comedians. And
I don't listen to his. It's like if somebody I know is on it, it's like it's a really good conversation to listen to. Just like this one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you should listen to all the previous episodes, all on Spotify.
Are we on Spotify?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Sweet.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we did some good work last season.
Yeah.
Aton's episode was really fun.
It was.
And then you knocked your water all over all the sound equipment.
Yes, and then I knocked over my water, and then we just had to take a break because it was like, okay, we need to like reconfigure.
It was so
Aton comes back into the room and drops his water bottle and it goes
oh my god.
It just shatters everywhere, and he was so sad. I was like, oh, Aton.
It also kept like we'd start recording and then it would just stop and we would have no idea where it stopped. So editing that episode was a jigsaw puzzle.
We both looked to make sure this was still recording. Oh no, we gotta start over.
Yeah, I think it was set on a setting where if we said a word that sounded like stop, it just stopped it.
That's a terrible setting.
Yeah, it is.
That can't be real.
That's what Jaden told me. Hey, Jaden, come on the show.
Really?
Yeah. He was sometimes there's a setting where you'll say like speak to stop or whatever.
Still going.
Stop.
We're good.
Okay, this one doesn't.
So when Katie and I earlier, you said say record, and we were yelling it. We were not too far off.
Yeah.
I was like, hey guys, can you test the mic? Just like say record, which I meant like click record. They go record. Iziri.
Well, you didn't specify.
I feel like we were pretty accurate based on.
And then
what
she
you were
came
asking
back
for.
and we had not tested it.
Yeah.
So,
But shows that I'm watching. So me and Sean are watching Jane the Virgin. Great show. We are probably going to do an episode of the podcast about Jane the Virgin's wedding stuff. Not going to say who gets married, but
solid
because I've spoiled enough today. But yeah, if you haven't watched that show, it's actually like
I've never
really
even heard
decent.
of that show.
If you love,
where is it?
So it's on Netflix, and it's just like a really unique show. So like, shut up.
it's just really
It's
unique.
really it is. It's a great TV show because it feels like TV show.
It's a real TV
No,
show.
so it's like about a Hispanic family and who like loves watching telenovelas, but then the whole show itself feels like a telenovela where it's like really like dramatic but on purpose, cheesy, like, and it's just like really good like humor, but also like plots and stuff. I don't know, it's good.
Also plots and stuff.
There's plots and there's
I
characters.
like the plot because it feels like a plot.
All right, well, this has been an episode. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we should have you on again. We can definitely do the New Girl episode also with you because
spoiler alert,
running
they
out
get
of gas.
married.
I'll
try to
we
come
are
up with a
going to
better
do
one.
another wedding of that show too. We'll do 2
Oh,
New Girl
yeah.
episodes. Maybe we should just put them in one. I don't know.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift was in that wedding episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great episode.
I feel like that was the last like bad episode before it
Okay.
became amazing. But that
Great
wasn't that
episode.
wasn't
I feel like that was the last bad episode.
I think it was the best of the bad ones, but it was
Okay.
still one of the bad. Because
Yeah.
didn't Winston decide to do like a Winston prank at the
I
wedding? and
love.
they were
I was
trying to
just
figure
telling
it
Sean
out?
about the Winston pranks.
Gosh, that show is the best.
I just love that. Yeah, I love Winston. Well, also we just talked through like 4 different shows on this podcast,
That's true.
so this is gonna be a really confusing one, but it's fine.
We mostly focused on Game of Thrones, kind of.
Yeah, I spaced out a little bit during that, but it was just like I did enjoy.
Oh,
the
we were on
wedding
our
part
phones
and
the
the
whole time. We
reception.
just talked about that.
Yeah.
So like, you're not alone. So
Also a fun fact that I think most people know
still
is
doing
that
fun
Jon Snow and Ygritte are married in real life.
in real life,
Oh,
and
Rose
they have a
Leslie,
kid, I think.
Yes, they do. Rose Leslie and Kit Harington.
did I see Jon Snow at all in this episode?
Yeah.
Yes, plenty of times.
Oh, was he the guy that got attacked by the crow?
yes.
Yes, that is him.
It's one of the
He
9
looked
seasons.
just like his cousin.
Yeah, all right. No, I'll give it to you. You're right.
Who's his
Yeah.
cousin?
His bro- his
The
Rob
guy
brother.
that died.
His half brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is a striking resemblance.
Yeah.
Well,
Even though Jon Snow is way hotter, right? I don't know, actually.
No, I don't agree. I think Rob Stark's hotter.
I have no idea. I'm
Pull up
picturing
their
the same
pictures.
person right now.
This has to be settled.
Do we like cut all of the parts that we talk about Game of Thrones and put them together?
Just
I feel
make
like
it
we're
Game of
just jumping back and forth.
I don't care
John
anymore.
Smith.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm
Aria.
just
John
kidding.
Smith.
Wait, that's a real name.
Yeah.
Jon Snow, game
just-
of
Jon,
Yeah,
babe.
it's fine. It'll figure it out.
J-O-N, babe. He looks sad.
Oh, all right. Well, when he looks
has
dirty,
a right to be.
Rob Stark.
2 B's, babe.
2 B's, but you know.
Hot.
Oh, yeah, he's way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look at this one too.
Ugh.
Let's do side by side. Yeah.
Well, he looks
his
evil
jaw-
in this picture.
His jaw is way better than Jon Smith's.
Jon Snow.
Oh my gosh, that
Bill,
was actually
Bill,
an accident.
Bill Smith,
Jon Smith is the
Michael
guy from
Douglas.
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
I only
Let's pull up
You
Jon
guys totally.
Smith
That
too.
was my joke when you said it wrong the first time. You guys didn't hear that? I was like, and Pocahontas.
Sorry, I stole your joke. Can you pull up Jon Smith too?
See who's hotter between the 3 of them.
Jon Smith.
I'm really pulling for Jon Smith here.
Wait,
Well,
can you
okay.
Pull up the real.
Whoa!
Pull up
That's
the real guy.
not the
There's
Disney
a real-
one.
Jon Smith was a real person, right?
Yeah. I don't think there's any photos of him.
How are we supposed to see photos?
That's Pocahontas. That's Jon
Oh.
Smith. I mean, I think we all know the answer.
I need to take a picture of this.
I will say he's got good eyes.
He's got great mustache power. Look at that.
He's got great mustache.
I still think Rob Stark has better eyes.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
But
this is
as
a
far as-
painting.
But it's a painting of the real person. But as far as mustaches go, I think it's really tough between Jon Snow and Jon Smith.
Agreed.
They both have great mustaches. They're both well kept facial hair.
There's a story that Kit Harington tells about how he hated having the beard so much, but they would not let him shave it while he was on contract.
Oh, I'm sure. Ugh.
No, I think
That's probably why
Rob
Richard
Stark,
Madden was like, just kill me off. I can't do this
I
facial
can't
hair
do this
anymore.
anymore.
I want to go.
in my professional opinion, Rob Stark has the better mustache because it goes out, like versus Jon Snow.
Like straight down.
Yeah,
almost,
he goes down. So
Can you pull up Theon Greyjoy too? Just,
Yeah,
I
let's
wanna
talk about
see your
his
how am I
mustache.
supposed to spell
I
that?
TH.
You got it. You got it, Katie.
Yep, there you go, right there.
SMITH.
Wait, why did I say Rob?
No.
What?
Alfie Allen, yeah.
And that's even later season Theon when he looked as
Mm-hmm.
good as Theon could have looked.
When he was less troubled, but still very troubled.
Very troubled.
He really goes
He
through
looks
it.
like
As
Harry
far-
Styles.
Oh, he's a great
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's Harry's brother.
Mhm.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah, no, they look a lot alike.
Holy cow.
I think even Gordon said that when we watched it. They look a lot alike.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that a woman or a man?
That's my
Joffrey.
friend.
That's
is
the devil.
Joffrey.
That's the partial episode I watched with him and his sister or something. Right?
What happened?
It was like one of the
Elaborate.
Yeah. Him and his sister. All right. We're with you.
He like saw something and then jumped out a window is what I'm
That's
remembering.
the first episode. No, wait. That's a Elaborate. What else happened?
I'd love to see
There
what
might
else.
have been something with incest.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
the first episode.
That's the
And
very
then-
first episode of the show.
And
okay.
it was Bran that did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
why
I
he's
don't-
paralyzed throughout the rest of the
Freaking
show.
Bran.
Oh.
Frickin' Bran.
Yeah, I don't remember anything besides.
He's a
his
mysterious
ugly
douche
face.
for the whole show and then
Yeah,
does
his
nothing.
face.
He's so lazy.
Does nothing.
Nobody wants to work these days. Bran doesn't want to work these days.
You got to be on an episode where we've been doing these Hallmark movies.
If I have to watch a Hallmark movie, hard pass.
What? You want to do it just to point out the hilarious, stupid stuff?
I'm like one of those weird people who can't do like the so bad it's good things.
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm
Yeah.
hypercritical because film is my thing.
You'll have to
and-
listen to the episode that we recorded about. Let's just say it was about a wedding planner mystery.
Great.
It was so good.
I would like
But
to.
The
maybe
title
do that.
implies that there was one mystery.
there's more than one?
There was multiple.
It's
No.
a
Plots.
multi-mystery
The
mystery.
plots go on for miles.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
a Hitchcock film.
Yeah.
Basically.
But yeah.
Pretty much the same thing.
Those are kind of like our bonus episodes. We're going to talk about, like just random.
Like actual wedding
Hallmark
stuff, maybe?
movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some of that in there.
Because I feel like even the one wedding tip that I brought up was
Look.
really shoehorned in, so...
Look,
this is
the
yeah.
first-
How do you fit wedding tips into Game of
If
Thrones?
this
Yeah,
is
I
the
don't
first
know.
episode of this podcast that you're tuning into,
You have a lot more to
we'll
listen
do better.
to.
maybe
We'll do better.
maybe listen to another episode first and then come back to this.
You're telling them at the end of this episode.
Right.
Yeah. Just
Pause
give
it
another
now.
episode a listen.
She's like, if you didn't like this one, give us another try, please.
Yeah,
No,
seriously.
I like this one.
I like this one, too. I had fun.
I think I liked this one too. I'm just saying for people that
Yeah.
are maybe like, ooh, the red wedding.
That wasn't about weddings at all. Yeah.
I feel like people would see that and listen and be like, what kind of a train wreck is this going to be? And I don't think it was that much of a train wreck, guys.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty
No.
good.
Yeah.
How many more, guys?
Yeah.
Unlike
We'll
you guys,
schedule
I am in
something.
another podcast, and I listen to myself all the time and love it.
You have a
So,
podcast?
Yeah.
What is it about?
Wait, what?
Why have
That's
we
great.
been guests?
I mean, do you guys really want to cross
What is it
this?
about?
It's... I I wish I hadn't said anything. I just opened my mouth. We played Dungeons and Dragons. What is this, Abby?
I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I haven't, but I'll still come.
Legit, I listened to the Atan one, and he mentioned D&D, so I messaged him. I was like,
yeah.
Atan, I knew we were friends.
Oh, yeah, he does mention it. We got real nerdy during that episode.
My friends went and played. They would have like weekly date nights with these other people and like go and play Dungeons and Dragons. And I was always so jealous because I wanted to try it because I love games. And like, I just feel like that's a really like chill, like whatever. Like you just, an excuse to get together with people.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah. And I've always wanted, but like, I'm like, but I don't. But I'll be on the podcast.
Just have you along.
Yeah, I'll just make Stranger Things.
I could make some really good characters. I bet you.
I bet you
could invent some good
Everybody
characters.
could. It's a great game.
But I could.
We've been playing, my friends and I have been playing, friends from college, my wife and I have all been playing for about, I don't know why I looked at my watch, 10 or 12 years. And we just started like recording and uploading our episodes.
So
okay, that's amazing.
What do you
It takes a lot.
What's the podcast name and like where can people listen to it?
Oh my gosh, it's called
This is the perfect
all right,
episode.
Fine. Because we just passed 215 subscribers. We're really excited about that. You guys know that's crazy.
Yeah.
We started with just us. We started with 8, and 5 of them were me.
Yeah.
With all my different email addresses.
Well, there you go. Multiple email addresses. Yeah. You can do.
That's how I did Amazon Prime like that for the longest time. The longest time.
Yep.
The reason why I stopped was because I got tired of having to re-enter it on my smart TV.
Yes.
Only reason I stopped doing it. They made it more inconvenient for me.
Yeah.
The podcast is called The Tuesday Nights, KNIGHT.
Cool.
And I'm on there.
OMG.
If you want to hear more of my voice.
On Spotify,
YouTube, Apple Podcasts,
you
Google
live stream,
Podcasts.
like you have a camera on you too?
We do like this. We record, and then we do like a video chat, and we just record our voices.
That's what I told Abby we needed to do for this
forgot.
episode.
I totally forgot to see if you wanted to hook up like a video thing.
Do like a Joe Rogan thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. My right leg is so asleep.
I'm just so tangled.
Okay, we have to stop this at some point. But yeah, that's cool. I'll see.
For any other super nerds out there, check it out. Yeah. For those of you that didn't know that I was a super nerd, now you know.
I actually didn't know that.
I appreciate nerds. There's a difference between nerds and like geeks.
What?
Geeks are dirty.
So I try not to let it out because I feel like with videographers, they're either like total dude bros or they're creepy basement nerds. And there's almost no in between. And I feel like I'm in between, so I try not to let people know that I'm a nerd because I don't want them to think.
I'm a dude bro.
But I'm not a dude bro either.
What is your Instagram? Rob Heath Video?
Yep, Rob Heath Video. My Facebook too, and hopefully my YouTube soon, because YouTube, they're doing custom URLs for everybody now, which is really exciting. Yeah. You used to have to get 100 subs, and then you could do it, but now you can do it when they tell you can.
Yeah, I was on your YouTube the other day, actually, because I've been updating our Knot pages and our Wedding Wire pages, and on the Knot, you can like upload videos. And so you just have to type in like their YouTube URL, and so I don't know if it's legal or not, but I put one of your videos on there.
I was gonna suggest it actually.
It's Krista and Zach's. Zach?
Yep, Krista and Zach. That was a good one. Dora's video is gonna be amazing.
Okay, great.
I'm really excited to get working on that one. That was a beautiful day.
Yeah. I'll have to.
And they were beautiful people. If you guys are listening, Dora and Chris.
They were.
Super special day. Our Instagram is at Nazareth Hall and at Naz Hall Couples, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
My Instagram is KatieOakham22. My TikTok is KatieOakham22. Rob likes my TikToks.
I do. I watch them all the time.
I made one.
You sure did. I think I like that one too.
Yeah. Abby's TikTok
I
is
get emails.
at way too shabby.
Which is hilarious.
I get emails about my TikTok likes. I'm like, how do I unsubscribe?
I don't get emails about my TikTok.
It's like somebody liked your video. I'm like, great. Why are you
Turn
emailing
those settings
me?
off.
Like, this is not.
Boy, I am the opposite. I found out that my first TikTok got like 4,000 views, and I was like, I'm incredible.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling. It's a high. It's a drug.
It's really unfortunate, but it is definitely that.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Peace and blessings.